A sharp pain pierced the back of Liam's neck. Someone's teeth had punctured his skin. Pheromones poured into him with intense pressure. They washed over every nerve in his body. He cried out, his body trembling violently. His legs gave out beneath him. The man who bit him held him steady. Julian's voice was a low, strained growl. He commanded him not to move. Liam was under the full influence of the pheromones. He felt tears welling in his eyes. He whispered Julian's professional title. Liam told his boss how unwell he felt. His mind reeled with confusion. He was an alpha. Why was his gland being bitten like this? An alpha should not be marked. The pain was immense and overwhelming. Julian's pheromones were too powerful. They completely suppressed Liam's own. He could not resist the onslaught. Physiological tears streamed down his face. A potent mix of sandalwood and sea salt filled the air. The scent deeply stimulated his senses. Liam stared blankly at a light above him. His thoughts shifted between clarity and chaos. They were in a restroom at the airport. The man holding him was Julian Vance, his boss. 30 minutes earlier, they were waiting in a first-class lounge. Everything had been perfectly calm. Then, a high-level omega went into an unexpected heat. Uncontrolled pheromones exploded into the room. This caused a minor disturbance among the guests. Liam was a D-level alpha. He was much more affected than Julian. Liam remembered trembling, clutching his boss's sleeve. He had told Julian he did not feel well. Julian had immediately put on insulated gloves. He gave Liam a pheromone-filtering mask. Julian had put one on himself as well. He said he would go buy an inhibitor. Liam locked himself in a bathroom stall. He waited for Julian to return. His boss administered the injection. However, the heat in his body did not subside. It was a strange and worrying reaction. Liam was too weak to analyze the situation. He suggested Julian should catch the flight. Liam told him he would call a hospital. Higher-level alphas have better pheromone control. Julian seemed much better off than him. A suppression patch and mask kept him composed. Julian insisted on waiting with him. He said there was no rush to go back. Alpha pheromones were mutually exclusive. Julian left him in the stall to smoke a cigarette. He stood by the sinks outside. Liam endured the induced heat from the omega. Then, the sandalwood scent grew 100 times stronger. It completely overpowered his own sea salt scent. The air grew thick and suffocating. Julian suddenly pushed open the stall door. His eyes, usually calm, held a feverish glint. Liam instinctively shrank away from him. Julian apologized, his voice strained. He looked to be in significant pain. Before he could finish, he pulled Liam into an embrace. He buried his face in the crook of Liam's neck. Julian took several deep, desperate breaths. He roughly opened Liam's shirt collar. His thumb rubbed heavily over the gland. As Liam trembled, Julian's mouth closed over it. His canine teeth then pierced the skin. Liam had never felt such terrifying pheromones. The pain in his gland brought fresh tears. Julian led him out of the small cubicle. He leaned back against the marble sink. One arm wrapped securely around Liam's waist. His other hand pressed against Liam's head. Liam was weak and leaned entirely on him. He saw their reflection in the mirror. His suit jacket was half off his arms. His shirt was unbuttoned, exposing his shoulder. His usually ascetic boss nearly covered him. Julian was greedily absorbing his pheromones. Liam could not bear to watch it. He found he did not reject Julian's alpha scent. Instead, a part of him wanted more. He unconsciously clung to his boss. Julian's lips left his gland. He then kissed Liam without. Liam's eyes flew open in shock. His legs became so weak he almost fell. Julian held him, turning him around. He lifted Liam onto the countertop. The fierce kiss continued unabated. Julian's pheromones surged once again. Liam's senses were thrown into total chaos. He vaguely heard running from outside. The sandalwood scent was drowning him. He lost consciousness. When he awoke, he expected to be in a hospital. A man in a white coat stood over him. The man wore a special filtration mask. He informed Liam this was the Biogenetic Dynamics Institute. The researcher calmly delivered shocking news. He explained that Julian had transformed into an enigma. They both had to be isolated for a while. Julian's pheromones had caused chaos at the airport. Many flights were widely delayed. Liam tried to process the information. He was sluggish and deeply shocked. An enigma, a secondary differentiation into an enigma. Enigmas exist beyond the normal ABO hierarchy. Their pheromones are incredibly powerful. They could even mark an alpha as their own. They were the absolute top of the food chain. Their numbers were exceptionally rare. Fewer than 10 had been recorded in the city. Liam murmured his realization out loud. He asked if that was why the inhibitor failed. The researcher confirmed it was a possibility. He explained Julian's current unstable state. The pheromone intensity was high and volatile. The institute needed Liam's cooperation. Liam asked what they wanted from him. The researcher stated the situation plainly. Julian had temporarily marked him during differentiation. Liam was now in an alpha-susceptible period. If he accompanied Julian, it would help. Julian's pheromones would stabilize much faster. He could return to a normal life sooner. Liam hesitated, asking for clarification. He wanted to know what accompanying him meant. The researcher confirmed it was exactly what he thought. It was like the bonding of an omega and alpha. Liam asked what would happen if he refused. The researcher seemed surprised by the question. He paused before answering. He said they would use coercive measures on Julian. Controlling an enigma in pheromone disorder was difficult. Coercive measures. Liam's fingers curled into a fist. He asked for some time to think. That night, he tossed and turned in bed. The idea felt entirely inappropriate. He had always kept his professional and private lives separate. Julian was his direct superior. The bite was an accident, but helping him through this was too intimate. It would make their working relationship awkward. He had made up his mind before sleeping. The next day, the researcher asked for his decision. Liam meant to refuse directly. The words changed as they left his mouth. He asked if he could see Julian first. He should not have gone to see him. Julian was in an isolation room on the top floor. A heavy iron door opened to a barred enclosure. It looked like a cell in a prison. A heavy metal bite guard covered Julian's face. His right hand was cuffed to the bed. He was curled up, deeply asleep. A surge of anger rose in Liam. He demanded to know how they could do this. This was Julian Vance, the most dazzling star in the tech industry, a genius praised by everyone. Julian was always composed and elegant. He should not be locked up like a criminal. The researcher shrugged with clinical detachment. He explained the dangers of a differentiating enigma. Their intense thirst for pheromones made them aggressive. He said sedatives kept Julian asleep. Without them, Liam would likely see him raging. Liam gripped the iron railing tightly. After a moment, he bit his lip. He agreed to accompany him through the differentiation. In the isolated room, Julian's fever came and went. The entire process lasted for 10 days. 10 days later, Liam left first. He had a bitten gland and marks on his body. He went home and slept for 3 days straight. When he returned to work, everyone knew. They knew Julian was now an enigma. He had to wear a bite guard in public. This prevented abnormal pheromone fluctuations. He also wore a powerful suppression ring. As for Liam, they only knew he was quarantined. The details of his involvement remained private. He saw Julian in the office. The daily bite guard was sleeker than the Institute's. It was made of a lighter metal. It covered the lower half of Julian's face. The metal gave off a cold, unique texture. It made Julian's striking eyes more prominent. When Julian looked at him, Liam faltered. An image of his eyes burning with desire flashed. Julian's deep voice brought him back. He apologized for what happened at the airport. Liam quickly said it was okay. He insisted that no one could have predicted it. Julian asked if he was all right. He wanted to know if there were lasting effects. Liam said there was not much impact. He looked away, feeling a pang of guilt. The wound on his gland still ached. The bruises on his body had not fully faded. He would never tell Julian about it. Julian had no memory of their time together. He learned this from the researcher before leaving. An enigma's memory of differentiation is hazy. It was similar to recalling a dream after waking. Some had no memory of it at all. The researcher had wanted to inform Julian. He said a long-term bond was beneficial. It would help stabilize Julian's pheromones. Otherwise, Julian needed regular pheromone extraction. Liam had quickly waved his hands in refusal. He said he had helped enough already. The idea of a long-term bond was unthinkable. It would be like becoming his boss's bed partner. He would be crazy to agree to that. During his lunch break, Liam went to the bathroom. He needed to change the dressing on his gland. The wound was hidden by his shirt collar. He stood before the mirror and loosened his tie. He undid a few buttons on his shirt. Gently, he peeled back the medical tape. A voice from behind made his hand tremble. Julian strode up next to him. He pulled back Liam's collar. The wound on his gland was fully exposed. Julian's voice was deep when he asked about it. Liam had thought Julian was napping. He laughed nervously, deflecting the question. Julian's expression was unreadable. He asked if the wound was from the airport. He wondered if he had been the one to bite him. Liam denied it subconsciously. He realized how unbelievable that sounded. Julian's gaze fell to his open collar. Fading marks were visible on his collarbone. Julian quietly asked if he was in a relationship. He commented on the special type of omega. Liam quickly pulled his collar closed. He denied being in a relationship. He said he simply did not have the time. It would have been easier to let Julian assume. But he denied it without thinking. He stammered that it was just an accident. Julian seemed to understand. He remarked that working for him was stressful. Liam could only offer a dry laugh. Julian told him to pay attention to his health. He walked to the sink and removed his bite guard. He washed his face with cool water. He saw Liam struggling to apply medicine. Julian dried his hands and took the cotton swab. He offered to help. The medicated swab felt cool on his skin. Liam winced as it touched the tender wound. Julian promised to be gentle. He moved lightly, leaning in closer. He blew softly on the wound as he worked. That was his gland, his most sensitive spot. An enigma's breath washed over him. Liam's hand tightened on the sink's edge. His breathing became slightly faster. He was reacting to Julian's proximity. The temporary mark was still potent. Liam immediately turned around. He said he could handle the rest himself. Julian looked surprised by his reaction. He glanced away and put his bite guard back on. He apologized for his own unfamiliarity. He was still not used to being an enigma. After Julian left, Liam looked in the mirror. He understood Julian's sideways glance. His ears and neck were flushed a deep red. He resolved to keep his distance. He could not keep his distance from Julian. He needed his pheromones desperately. The researcher on the phone was unsurprised. She said she had told him this would happen. An enigma's temporary mark was very powerful. It lasted much longer than an alpha's. As long as the mark existed, he would need him. Liam felt a rising sense of dread. He did not remember being told this. He had left the institute in a hurry. He had only asked for a scent-diffusing potion. He had not stayed for further instructions. The researcher said it was not a huge problem. She suggested either intimate contact, or he could use items with Julian's pheromones. Liam felt this was a very big problem. He did not want to steal his boss's things. It would make him seem like a pervert. He lay on his bed, feeling helpless. He asked if there was any medicine. The researcher said none existed yet. Enigmas were a recent genetic mutation. Research had not yet caught up. Then, fate intervened. Julian needed to organize his cloakroom. He wanted to dispose of some old clothes. The task naturally fell to his assistant. Liam had never taken advantage of his position. This time, he secretly kept several items. He felt incredibly guilty and ashamed. His nights were filled with feverish dreams. In them, Julian was dominant and taunting. He would ask Liam if he wanted his pheromones. Then Liam would wake up suddenly. He would find himself wearing Julian's clothes. He would rush to take a cold shower. Coincidentally, Julian was also sleeping poorly. One day, they had a summit in a nearby city. Liam arrived early to wake him. He prepared breakfast and Julian's suit. He noticed Julian yawning frequently. While tying his tie, he asked if he was okay. The dark circles under his eyes were noticeable. Julian admitted he had been dreaming a lot. He said he was not sleeping well. Liam asked if they were nightmares. Julian said no. His gaze lowered to meet Liam's in the mirror. Liam could see his Adam's apple move. He felt inexplicably nervous. He quickly finished tying the knot. He pulled it a little too tight. Julian was pulled forward by the force. Liam stepped back against the mirror. Julian placed a hand beside his head. He closed the distance between them. He asked about the scent Liam wore. Julian's eyes became a little dangerous. If not for the bite guard, Liam felt he would bite. Liam pretended to be calm. He said it was his pheromones. Julian seemed to disagree. Liam suggested it might be his shower gel. He offered to buy some for Julian. Julian sniffed the air again. The bite guard prevented him from getting closer. Liam reminded him it was time to go. Julian showed a rare flash of irritation. He told Liam to change his shower gel tomorrow. He wanted the exact one Liam used. Throughout the day, Julian seemed moody. He remained professional during meetings, but Liam saw him tugging at his tie. He seemed annoyed and restless. They returned to their hotel suite during lunch. Julian tore off his tie and threw it aside. Liam brought him a cup of hot water. As he stood up, Julian grabbed his wrist. He looked at Liam seriously. He said he had a request. Liam was his assistant. Requests were normal, but Julian's tone was unusually formal. Julian asked to smell his scent more closely. His low voice held no hint of intimacy, but Liam's heart pounded in his chest. Julian explained his heightened sense of smell. The mixed pheromones at the venue were overwhelming, but he found Liam's scent to be very pleasant. Julian himself seemed confused by this. Liam understood a little better. He knew his scent had not changed. The shower gel story was a lie. No shower gel could overpower pheromones. Julian was drawn to him because of the mark. Liam offered a plausible explanation. He said his mint scent was just fresher. He then refused Julian's request. He cited their different designations. Julian sounded disappointed. He asked if the bite guard made a difference. Liam remained firm in his refusal. He offered to buy peppermint essential oil instead. Julian pressed his temple, looking weary. He agreed to try it. The essential oil did not work. Julian remained anxious and agitated. He stayed close to Liam all afternoon. He even suggested they use the restroom together. His expression gave nothing away, but his actions showed he was circling Liam. Julian was due for a pheromone extraction. He had asked Liam to postpone the appointment. The business trip had been a priority. Liam now saw that was a mistake. An enigma without a partner was more volatile. He brought up the subject with Julian. Julian raised an eyebrow at the question. He asked if Liam was trying to set him up. Liam said it was worth considering. Julian seemed unhappy with the idea. He stated he was not interested in romance. The conversation ended there. On the third day, the meeting concluded. An outdoor buffet was planned. A sudden heavy rain forced its cancellation. Julian declined dinner invitations. He returned to the hotel suite with Liam. Liam had felt sore and weak all day. After a simple room service meal, he retired. While showering, he heard a loud thunderclap. The lights in the room suddenly went out. He was plunged into complete darkness. Panic seized him. He threw on clothes and stumbled out. He ran directly into Julian. Julian asked if he was okay. He knew about Liam's extreme fear of the dark. He had comforted him once during an elevator failure. Julian held him now just as he did then. Liam clutched his shirt tightly. They sat together on the sofa. The hotel manager called about the power outage. Repairs would take some time. Liam leaned helplessly against Julian. Every second felt like an eternity. In the darkness, Julian's voice was tight. He asked if Liam was in his susceptible period. Liam was confused for a moment. Then he smelled it. Potent scent of sea salt filled the air. His own pheromones were out of control. His brain flashed with alarm. The soreness and fatigue were symptoms. An alpha was having a heat like an omega. It was because of the enigma's mark. He forgot his fear of the dark. He immediately pulled away from Julian. He said it was better if he were alone. His hurried steps were chaotic. He tripped on the coffee table. He stumbled back onto the sofa. He landed on Julian's lap. Julian's arm wrapped around his waist. He refused to let Liam stand up. He asked why he was panicking. Julian was not wearing his bite guard. His chin rested gently on Liam's shoulder. His lips were almost touching the gland. He asked if Liam had been lying. He wondered how an alpha's heat could affect an enigma. The next second, his thumb rubbed the gland. Liam's body felt like it was shocked. He collapsed against Julian. Julian accused him of missing his extraction. He said that was why his pheromones were wild. Liam made random excuses. He tried to keep his voice from trembling. Julian questioned his reasoning, but knowledge about enigmas was still limited. Liam's explanation was plausible enough. Julian complained in a low voice. Warm breath brushed against Liam's gland. The deep sandalwood scent commanded him. It ordered him to surrender. Liam felt close to tears. He suggested they go to the institute tomorrow. Tonight, they could buy a strong alpha inhibitor. Julian was dissatisfied with that option. Liam's gland was probably swollen. Julian pinched it with his fingers. The light touch sent a jolt through him. He could not help but cry out. Julian admitted he could not bear it any longer. He asked Liam to help him. Liam wanted to refuse. His body's instinct betrayed him. Julian did not wait for an answer. He gently turned Liam's face and kissed him. In the darkness, other senses were amplified. His ears filled with their breathing. He felt Julian's cool hands on his back. They snaked under his shirt. His sanity was slipping away. He needed him. He craved him. This was Julian Vance, the man who commanded attention everywhere. Without the accident, this would never happen. He would never have his kiss. He would never make him lose control. He was destined to give in, just as he was destined to enter that room. Liam pushed Julian away briefly. Julian thought he was leaving. He just changed his position. He spread his legs and straddled him. Their next kiss was more fierce. He was completely addicted to the kiss. The sudden return of the lights was a shock. Felt like being woken from a sweet dream. Julian had been licking his gland. He was trying to pull off Liam's top. He looked over, startled by the light. His handsome face was flushed with lust. Julian suddenly lifted him up. He said they should go into the room. Liam hooked his legs around his waist. He closed his eyes as he hit the mattress. Julian leaned over to kiss him again. He suddenly stopped, his voice surprised. He asked if Liam was wearing his clothes. Liam froze. He had completely forgotten. He couldn't sleep without Julian's pheromones. He had packed 2 of his shirts. He had thought Julian would never see them. Now all the blood rushed to his face. He had been caught. He frantically tried to think of an explanation. His brain felt like a broken machine. The gears were spinning uselessly. He decided to tell a partial truth. It was better than being seen as a pervert. He said he needed his pheromones. It was because of the mark from the airport. He closed his eyes in embarrassment. Julian chuckled softly. His fingers gently wiped the corners of Liam's eyes. He asked what there was to cry about. He said Liam should have just told him. He would have helped him.